Good morning, I'm Sunetra Choudhury, the political editor of Hindustan Times, bringing you up to speed with India's fight against COVID-19 and all the coverage that we have for you. First up, the numbers so far. Well, at the moment, there are 1,320 positive cases in the country. There have been 37 deaths so far. The worrying thing for India is that for the fourth day in a row, the number of cases rising daily is above 100. In fact, in the last 24 hours, the number of cases in just a single day is 181. Well, point number two is the situation that is emerging in Delhi's Nizamuddin area, where a religious sect called Tablighi Jamaat in the second week of April had a meeting which had 2,000 people from across the country attending. Now, 200 people from there are showing symptoms. Also, what's happened over there is that 24 people have tested positive. The Chief Minister of Delhi has said that a case should be lodged against the head of that sect because he allowed such a religious gathering to take place when there were so many fears and social distancing was in place. So that's an emerging situation. That's a story that we have to keep watching. The third story which is emerging, and it's an interesting story in the paper, is the fact that India is lagging far behind in testing from across the country. If you look at the numbers, and I'm not talking about Germany or South Korea, which have actually managed to curb the growth of COVID-19 just by aggressive testing. If you look at USA and UK, well, here is the comparative number. In India, the number of tests per million is just 32. Now compare that to America and UK, which have also been criticized. Well, in the UK, there are 2,000 tests per million, almost 2,000 tests per million, and in the US is 2,600 tests per million. The health ministry, of course, says that's because those countries don't have lockdown. But experts are saying the only way to tackle this is to have more and more testing. The fourth story that is there is a study that has been published in the Hindustan Times from the University of Hong Kong. What's interesting about that study is that it addresses the concerns that we all have about COVID-19. How long does the virus stay alive on surfaces? Well, the good news is that tissue paper or even printed paper is a place where the virus only survives for about 3 hours. So that's the good news. The bad news is that on other surfaces, say plastic or steel, it can stay for more than 7 days. So that's something to keep in mind, a study saying that. Experts also say that the only way to tackle those surfaces, and what's very effective if you don't have 70% alcohol sanitizer, then what you can do is soap and water. It's known to tackle all of this. Finally, the story that we've done is from Tihar Jail, which is Asia's largest prison. Well, it has overcrowding by more than 7,000 people. Its capacity is 10,000. It has 17,000 people. Now, they have released about 400 people because they want to reduce the amount of infection scare. However, it's simply not enough. They're saying they have not a single case of COVID-19 so far, but social distancing in Tihar Jail seems impossible. If you want to read more about all of these stories that I've just pointed out, just go to our website, hindustantimes.com, and I'll of course be bringing you updates every single day. Goodbye.